Hello everybody, it is me, Darcy. It is... Oh, that was a bit harder than I meant to. Him, Kris.
Yes.
And welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Unnamed Podcast. Podcast where we sit here for a time doing stuff.
Yep. Generally talking.
Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's just Kris standing there staring at the camera, eating some chicken crimpies.
I don't stand here eating them. I sit here.
I don't know. I'm tired. Leave me alone. Let me be nice. Be nice.
No.
Everything is evil. Be nice.
No, I'm not here to do that.
Yes, welcome back to the podcast. Welcome back to the channel with us, two lads. It's a bit later than it normally is because...
Not that you'll know it.
Well, Kris took his sweet ass time getting here. And then I had to go and get some Coke, but I didn't want to drive because I'm very, very sore today. For those of you who don't know, my hamstring is still done. That's what happens when you
fucked that up, didn't you?
When you done do it.
Oh yeah, you done it.
And today was testing day to see how it's healing, which meant that I had to do a lot of stuff with it, which meant, yeah.
Funny for me. I didn't see it.
At one point, I was kind of standing there, just like, "Oh my god, the pain." Yeah. So yeah. Kris had to drive me places because I didn't want to drive myself.
I see the reasoning behind it, though.
It was very good reasoning. What else happened? Oh, and then what? My sister came here, and I had to tell stories about my past.
Yeah.
That both shocked and awed everyone around.
Except for me,
because Genius here was a chairman.
Not a good one.
I wish I had embezzled more. But and then we watched military fuck arounds.
We did. That was fun. That was pretty good.
I'm trying to do, but I dropped my grenade over there. Yeah, it was pretty funny.
It was. It really was.
We went and done fucked a bit.
Yeah.
Around a bit.
Yeah.
Fuck a bit.
No.
No. Channel news. Well, channel news is this. We are up to numbers.
They work.
I swear I'm smarter than this. We are up to 34 subscribers. Last time I checked. Last time he checked, we were up to 34 as well.
Yes.
I can't remember.
That was the last time I checked.
He said something to me. I said something to him. Stuff was said. Insults were made.
Sounds
Friendships
accurate.
were severed.
Yeah.
So yes, we are now up to 34 subscribers, which, as always, has just pushed that out, given me another year, as we say, another year, and shall continue to. It's been pretty nice growth over the last couple of weeks.
It has been.
Like, some days you're sitting there, you're like, we made 30, and then Kris like, oh, what are you talking about? We're at 32, and I'm like, what? No, we're at 33, and then Kris like, oh, we're at 35. Anyway, whole thing.
Doesn't sound right. Doesn't.
It happened. Trust me. Don't
me
trust
checking
me.
that often doesn't sound right.
No, but this was not a conversation that happened in like a second. This was like a day, a couple days. But
I know that.
Anyhow, anywho's.
Yes.
This week, what do we have this week? What came out? Oh, a Spyro.
Yeah.
Spyro came out.
I don't know what came out today.
On Monday.
I haven't looked at YouTube today.
Dave the Diver came out today. The second part of that. Watched that. It's very good. It's very stupid.
Wait, is that the one where we find Ash? Yeah.
Yeah, we find Fat Ash Ketchum. So check that out. I did some good editing there.
Oh, sweet. I'm assuming you did what I said and just...
I did indeed.
Oh, yes.
And it's pretty damn... It's pretty damn decent, if I do say so.
Nice.
Myself, which I do.
I'm not surprised at that.
I'm trying to think of what else we got in the pipelines. We've got
the Room 3.
The Room 3.
The almost finished Room 3.
Yep. You got the episode where Kris goes crazy. Little fun fact about that. Later on, Kris did actually admit to me that he has seen most of the Room 3 and that he is in fact a cheater.
I've never said that.
On Sunday night, we were talking about achievements. And you said, "Oh, we're finally up to the part of the room 3 where I'm up to."
No, that was during our that was our second recording of it. We passed where I was up to.
Yeah.
I haven't seen anything that we've just done.
I don't actually have proof of that because I wasn't recording that. That was just us.
So I actually, the first time I'd seen what I actually said that night is now I can play up to this point now that I've seen it.
That's not at all.
That is 100% what I said.
That's not what he said. He's like, "Oh, we're finally past where I'm up to in the room 3." I was like,
We're long past where I'm up to.
I was like, "Wait, are you admitting that you're a cheater?" He went, "Yeah."
I could swear that I've only got 2. I could swear that I've only got 2 of the pyramids.
A likely story. He can swear all he likes.
And I do.
And we have some more Payday 3 because of course
Yes, we do.
I'm not sure how I'm going to edit that one because it's not a super long video. It is quite a long video, but it's not like
We get screwed over at least once.
it's not like the worst length, but I'm like, there is a whole part where we just kind of fail. And it's not even like a really good heist that we fail. It's just like we're going to just
Yeah, I don't know what happened on that one.
we got fucked up. That's what happened.
yeah, I know that.
So stay tuned for that one. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna edit it.
I can't think of it.
Really
I don't think we actually played anything else.
No, we haven't really done much recording. I've been doing a little bit of like looking and searching and trying to find stuff, but it's been a bit of a fucked week if I'm being honest. And the fact that I haven't been sleeping much isn't much of a help either.
Yeah, no, it doesn't help.
I just can't trust my brain.
I just never sleep much anyway.
It's trying to kill me, and it has the power to.
It's true, but what makes you say that it's trying to kill you now?
I think we're having a disagreement. I don't know what about, but
It doesn't make sense. How do you not know what that was about?
I don't know, man. The brain is a mysterious and interesting organ, and it'll do what the fuck it fucking feels like. Let me tell you that. Like, sit there and be like,
okay, fine.
"Oh, I see that you're fucking dead on your feet. You should go to bed. Dumbass, now you're gonna be awake all night." And I'm lying there like,
You shouldn't have gone to bed.
"Oh, insomnia, you are the worst."
Oh, it is. It really is. Oh, it sucks when that shit kicks in.
Oh, yeah, it's not great. It's not great.
No.
What else? Again, with like the Discord stuff, I am meaning to do that. I really am. It's just that I've kind of just like
Dropped it?
no. Unfortunately, I've been actually kind of busy at work recently because like I've just picked up like a fuck ton of students because it's like it's exam time. Everyone wants a bit of extra help. And, you know, you gotta walk in and be like, "I don't know what the fuck you're doing. How can I help?" But yeah, so and then there was that whole fucking Friday. Don't even get me started on Friday.
Friday?
Last Friday. Remember how that guy was murdered, and so they shut off the only highway that doesn't have stoppages due to roadworks.
And they made you drive further out to then come back in?
Mm-hmm. And have to stop at roadworks because there are 3 roads from the town that we live in to the town that's really close to where we live in, and almost should be considered a part of it, really, technically. But there are only 3 roads to get there that I'm aware of. There might be another one, but you definitely have to go further out than you want to because you'd have to go out past the caves.
Yes, you would, yeah. It would just be a waste of time.
But here's the fun fact. All 3 of those roads are currently undergoing road works.
Yeah.
All of them. Because apparently whoever the fuck is in charge of planning shit went, "I guess I'm just taking the fucking day off." Oh, fuck. How come it's taking so long for people to get between these 2 places where people always have to get between? It's ridiculous.
See, that would explain a lot of my trouble being able to get to work in the morning on time.
Yeah.
Because everyone's being pushed back further, so it's when I'm trying to get to work, everyone's finally getting into town.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Oh, it makes more sense now.
Also the fact that where 2 of those roads actually connect to go into town, they're also doing roadworks there.
Yeah.
So, you know, fuck you. But also, to, you know, the probably drug-related murder, fuck you also.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of that.
Oh, because it stopped you from...
Nah, I'm not really a big fan of drugs or murder either way. But
I mean, look, fair.
I'm not, you know...
Okay, it's understandable.
I'm on the fence.
On the fence.
In one hand,
Okay.
drugs are bad. On the other hand, so is murder. On the other hand, murdering a drug dealer is, I think, a moral grey area. No, it's pretty bad. But it's obviously drug related.
But he also has a point.
Well, I was talking to Jordan that night about it, and I was just like, so... He went, yeah, drug related. I went, yeah, drug related.
One like that.
And then Kalisha looked at her phone and went, yeah, he's a drug. We went, oh, yeah, no. Because why? Everything in this town is somehow drug related.
Yeah, it really is.
Yep.
It's annoying.
Yeah, it's not cool. Like, even that guy that pulled a knife and then was fought off by the drug dealer who had a thong.
Yeah. Drug related.
Yes, because the guy who fought... I don't know how this town functions.
Neither do I, but...
I got a knife. I got a fucking thong. Oh, fuck, he's got me.
He's got me.
What the fuck am I doing with a knife? He's got a fucking thong.
Oh no.
And he's throwing them at me. Fucking, I don't know what's going on. I'm just saying, criminal... I've said it when I heard this story. I'll say it again. The criminal element in this town has really gone downhill. Fucking hell.
Oh, yeah, no, that's fair.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, no, I didn't have to drive through any of that, so I was fine.
Oh, I did.
wow.
But here is the best part, right?
Yeah.
I don't really listen to the news, but it's like it's on in the background. Yeah, I didn't find out the road was closed until I got there, and they're like, detour. And then there was like 2 signs saying detour, and I was like, the fuck are we even going? And then I was like 16 kilometers out of town. I'm like, where the fuck am I even going? And I was like, oh yeah, remember that detour? Yeah, it's this way. And I was like, are you fucking kidding?
Yep.
And then there was just some dude standing there with a fucking, I don't know, flashlight or something, being like, go that way. Go that way. And I was like, you are being paid far too much to be there, guy.
Oh, he is.
Anyway,
Far too much.
it was a ridiculous Friday, which then led into a ridiculous weekend. For me. I went swimming.
Oh, yeah, you did mention that.
Yeah, it didn't help. It hurt as well.
Yeah, you imagine it would have hurt.
It was kind of the point, recovery, but, you know, I don't like it.
No, I didn't like it when I had to do it too.
I don't like getting better. It sucks. No, but it's better than being broken.
Yeah, it is.
And now I've got to do strength testing. I don't want to do strength testing.
You're just permanently broken now.
No, I'm just going to be like...
So in the club.
It's like, what can this leg do? That's a strong leg. What can this leg do? Oh, that's a bad leg.
Yeah.
On the plus side, you know, going back to like a couple weeks ago, maybe more.
Maybe more?
Yeah, because I can't remember when I actually mentioned, you know, my health kick and how it's not a health kick. I've changed one thing about my life.
Yes.
But how that's been going, and it's like, you know, I'm still pretty happy with my results, considering that I really have probably about 3 weeks after being like, okay, I'm gonna cut all this sugar out of my fucking life. I then tore my hamstring and haven't been able to do anything properly. I still lost over 10 kilos.
That's pretty good.
Unfortunately, every time we look at the scale, it's like, yeah, your legs are losing significantly more muscles, I guess, because I can't use them.
Well, you can use one of them.
I can use one
Then
of
you're
them.
just lopsided for a while.
Yeah, this is better, trust me. Yeah, so I get to start strength training next week. Oh, fun.
Have fun with that. That's where I had my setback with my ankle. Because it's when I started doing it, when I went to go see him the second time, it's like, I had to stop for a couple of days. And why is that? Pain. So much pain.
I had to get on a treadmill. I was going to say I had to run. I'm not running. No one is making me run. But I had to get on a treadmill at like a 15% incline and I'm walking.
Hey, that's actually helpful to know for me. If we like walk outside later and it's a life or death situation, we both have to run, I am going to survive.
Unless I grab onto you and just have you drag me. Then we're both dead. And honestly, I prefer that.
What? Why? Because I died?
Misery loves company. Yeah, this is why you can't have nice things around me.
No.
I guess you're gonna die. Joke's on you.
A working thumb or working ankle? No, can't have that around Darcy.
Guess we're both gonna die. I'm like the guy who like rocks up to like the what do they call it? A gunfight, right?
Yeah.
And you know how someone's like, oh, you don't bring a knife to a gunfight, and pulls the gun on the guy who's got the knife. I'm like, I don't bring a gun to a fucking bomb fight.
Yeah, you are.
If you set that off, you die as well. But all you fuckers die with me. That's winning.
It's not inaccurate.
No. Because as long as you don't survive, I'm happy.
Oh, okay, I'm just screwed in general. Permanently screwed.
I'm a great guy. No. Well, no, that's true. I'm a great guy. He's not a good friend. We've said it once, we've said it a million times.
You have said it a million times.
Is it not accurate? It's very accurate. Oh, I'm also not very good at embezzling money.
No, you're not. No.
But we didn't have to give it all back, and that's what counts.
Fair.
No, that's the part that you didn't understand in that story. Right? She's like, oh, but you had to give some of it back. And I'm like, yeah, but I didn't have to buy beer for a whole semester.
That's fair.
It's like, do you understand the trade-off there? It's like, oh, you didn't use all the money. Yeah, but I didn't use my own money either. Someone else literally provided me with what I wanted. And a board game.
You did one board game.
At a discounted price. And all it cost was a lot of correspondence. So many correspondence.
Sucks to be you.
It's just they always wanted something, you know? Hey, you haven't sent through the minutes for this meeting. Shit, now I'm gonna make up minutes to a meeting.
Make up minutes to a meeting. Did we have the meeting?
Well, technically, me and the treasurer met. And then sat down and watched some YouTube videos. Anyhow, enough of that.
Oh, yeah, okay, fair, that makes sense.
Yeah, no. God, I wish I was better. But if only...
We immediately, in this conversation, came up with many things he could have done.
I should have done.
Should have.
However, you know...
it's the greatness of sitting there in science, being like...
Hindsight.
You probably should have done that.
Hindsight. Hindsight is 20/20, Kris. Unfortunately, the thing is, remember, I'm very goal-orientated, and legitimately, like, a day after we did this, the goal was achieved.
It's true.
And then, well, then we were left in that scary time when...
He could have made other goals.
I could have made other goals, but there were no current goals, and life seemed good. And we were in the black swirling abyss of not having any goals. And, you know, a lot of jokes were made about, you know, oh, you were a college full of clever boys, rah, 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 and you couldn't come up with a plan. And it's like, hey. We are clever boys. We not him. He's not included in this week.
What? Well, I suppose I wasn't there.
You weren't there. You can't be included. You never went there.
I'm aware.
You've never been to Sydney.
Also true.
Anyway, yeah, we were clever boys. However, we had no... Once we had achieved our goal, we had no ambition any longer.
True.
Which meant we were clever, but with no direction. And when that happens, you know, you I don't know, you end up Googling how to make your own private army. On someone else's computer.
Of course.
Because never forget, you are clever.
It's just the person that lent you their computer wasn't.
They made some questionable decisions
They did.
Made some questionable decisions that led them to this point in their life. And now all you can ask is, whose fault is it? Then you launch the torpedo. It's a mixture of both.
It's a mixture of...
Then you launch the torpedo.
That was a different conversation.
It was kind of a follow-on conversation.
Yeah, okay, it was.
Look, all I'm saying is that if I had that same power now, I have much more direction in my life.
It's not promising.
And I'd be way better at embezzling.
It's not a good thing. Especially if you get caught.
Oh shit, he's right. No, see, when I get caught, that's when all of my documentation says Kris Brown. And then they go and arrest this dude named Kris Brown.
Changing my name.
Yeah, I can do that for you.
God damn it. No, I don't like this. I want to be forever known as Kris Brown on everything except documents.
Except the documentation.
Documentation that counts, though.
You just picture you in court. Kris, we're wondering why you signed for this Lamborghini. What Lamborghini? Yeah, apparently the company bought you a Lamborghini. That arsehole.
Also, what do you mean? I don't have a Lamborghini.
I live in a shoebox. Where the fuck would... If I had a Lamborghini, I'd live in that. Well, then, who signed for this? That's not even my signature. It doesn't look anything like my penmanship. Yeah, hello, Darcy, his boss. He totally did it. I gotta go take my Lamborghini for a clean.
Hang on a second.
No, so he's not Kris Brown. That's a legitimate Lamborghini.
It's a legitimate Lamborghini.
That's a legitimate Lamborghini. As opposed to all those illegitimate ones.
God, all the illegitimate? What?
Oh, Kris, it's an Italian sports car. Of course there's illegitimate ones.
No, you said all, so it implied that you were doing it more than once.
Oh, no, I just meant, like, in general.
Oh, yeah, okay, fair enough.
Yeah. You know, all those Lamborghinis that are totally not owned by, like, I don't know, drug kingpins, dictators.
Yeah. My hair is being annoying today.
I'm trying to think. I went drug dealers, dictators, and then I went sports people.
People?
You know what? I might have put them too high on the list.
All love?
Well,
I don't. It depends on the list you do it.
Well, drug dealers, dictators, the next worst in line. Fucking sports.
Okay, yeah, fair.
Fucking sports people. You know, they are really. I don't know. Oligarchs.
Okay.
Yeah, fuck it. Fucking sports people. You know, they shouldn't even be on that list. They do have legitimate talent.
I mean,
should they be paid many millions of dollars a year? Well, probably. They don't have a very long career.
No, yeah, that is true.
And, you know, if they're really good and people like to watch them, then they are, yeah.
That's true.
Yep. You know what I dislike is when a sports person comes out and, you know, makes a big deal about saving the environment.
Yeah.
And then drives a Land Rover.
Yeah.
Not a big fan of that.
No, it's
stick to your guns.
kind of goes against what you were talking about.
Alright, see, this is what I've started to think about famous people and saving the environment. They're not saying like, oh, you guys need to not have petrol cars because it's killing the environment. They're saying, no, you guys need to not have petrol cars because I have petrol cars and my petrol cars are a lot of fun and I don't want to lose that fun. So you scrubs can go without because I deserve it because I'm better than you.
I mean, that
Sometimes you're sitting there going, you bastard, you're right. You are better than...
Damn it.
No. Very rarely. But again,
I mean,
also
definitely at the sport they are.
Don't get any advice from people online. So I was watching... Except me. I'm trustworthy. You can tell. Because I don't look crazy. Yet.
Yet? Oh, I was going to say you already did. What the fuck's crazy?
See, the hair's behind the ears in not a crazy way. But later on...
Oh, because it's not wrapped around the bottom.
Well, I was going to say, like, once it all kind of, like, out and this bit's sticking everywhere, it's like, and that's why you don't go to a KFC on a Monday or a Tuesday. You actually don't go to a KFC on a Tuesday. It's a cheaper Tuesday, and that's when everyone's there.
That is true.
You're not going to get any chicken. You're going to go into the KFC and be like, can I get some chicken? And they're going to be like, I don't have any
We're
chicken.
out of chicken.
And you're like, what the fuck do you have? Oh, we got some rolls. You want some fucking rolls? If I wanted fucking rolls, I wouldn't go into KFC.
You got coleslaw as well.
Oh, fuck, cool. I just have rolls and coleslaw. Whoa. I'm gonna fucking love it. I'm so glad they have rolls and coleslaw. I'm going to dip my rolls in the coleslaw. Delicious. Okay, now the hairs come out. I look a little bit more crazy now. But, no. The truth is, you don't go to KFC for rolls and coleslaw.
It's worked out perfectly.
If I wanted rolls, I fucking go to a bakery.
I mean, you can get gravy.
I'll kill you.
Okay, fine. Potato and gravy.
Oh, I've got my fucking potato and gravy. I've got my coleslaw. I've got my fucking roll. I'll dip it in the coleslaw. I'll dip it in the gravy. Maybe I'm a fucking idiot and I'll just drink the gravy straight.
But you could.
Fucking love a heart attack. No, you go to KFC because you want fucking chicken.
It's true.
They also probably have fries. Not fries, they have chips.
That is true.
They're always weirdly soggy.
You're going at the wrong times.
I go there and I wait because we've got to cook some more stuff. And you're waiting, and then they give you chips, and you pull a chip out, and a chip is fried in oil.
It is.
So it should be firm.
But
you pull out a KFC chip and it goes whoo, and you're like, oh, okay, this is what the chips.
I quite often get
the chips didn't take the blue pill.
I quite often get chips that have.
That's a Viagra joke. Hey, Kris, a little close to home. A little close to home, Kris. You looked a little bit disappointed there.
No, because it's because of my.
I always have erectile dysfunction, says Kris.
So no. The reason there was a little disappointment because I said it's like I quite often go there and the chips have taken the blue. And I'm like, hang on, no, I don't want to say that. No,
the chips are super stiff. Maybe you're just not very attractive, Kris says. To a potato? I say in response, to a potato? What the fuck does a potato know about looks? No, but seriously, don't do it. If you end up at a KFC and they don't have chicken, what the fuck is their point?
It's a good point.
No.
I think it's... you stay the fuck back there? No, I think it's half because they just don't want to cook it.
So they just stop. They really don't. They go like, no, we're not going to put on any more chicken. You're like, it's 2 p.m. You're open till 11.
Well, 10 at the latest.
And they're open till 11. They cook.
Oh no, sorry. No, some days they're open till 11. There's like 2 days a week. I don't know which 2 it is.
You know what? This is a null and void point because I haven't been there since I stopped eating sugar. Because I actually made 2 changes to my diet. I stopped eating sugar and I just stopped going to KFC. I don't know all the other places.
It's weird because you went to Macca's more anyway. So.
Oh, that's because Macca's is open later. And unfortunately, as I've proven with the giant bags under my eyes, I don't sleep. Yeah, so at like 3 a.m, you're like, I fucking need food, otherwise I'm gonna die.
No, that's not the case.
I'm gonna die.
You could last longer without food.
No. You hit 3 a.m. and you go, I'm gonna die. I'm literally gonna die.
You know what I do in that situation? I wonder why the fuck I'm not asleep. And then I realise I don't tend to sleep much.
I literally the other day was sitting here and went, oh fuck, it's 3:30. I need to get to fucking bed.
I quite often do that.
That didn't work.
I quite often do it.
It didn't fucking work.
No.
And then I made.
It's always worse because
then much like those people on the cruise ship, I questioned my life choices and how I ended up here.
No, they don't question.
No, remember, you give them the opportunity to question.
You do, but they don't.
Everything seems right.
Everything seems right. It's like, no.
I went, fuck. I went, damn you, Darcy. You devilish bastard. You know what I'm like. I'm like that guy that tried to sue himself for getting put in jail.
I didn't hear about that.
Oh, that's a really old story. Some dude went to jail. So then he did a lawsuit against himself because he drank the alcohol that then led to him committing the crime. And so he sued himself for $5 million. But because he's a ward of the state, he wanted the state to pay him $5 million. And then he would work it off to pay the state at a later date. Yeah, the judge went, the fuck are you on?
I mean, that's a fair question. I mean, what?
No. I want to sue the person that led me to doing this, which is myself. No. Why? Why do you want to sue yourself? Because he's a fucking dickhead.
Yes.
I would also like to represent myself on both sides.
Oh man.
No, but yeah.
Yeah, I swear he's guilty. I'm guilty. Oh, I think we've got him.
We would like to sue him for $5 million. I'm guilty. He's guilty. Can I also be the judge and the jury? Thank you, please.
Please, thank you. Like, come on.
No, but yeah, fuck. Yeah, no, I often, I'm classic. I just sit here sometimes and be like, damn you, past Darcy. Why weren't you thinking of future Darcy? And then as present Darcy, I go, I should do this. And I go, fuck future Darcy.
You did.
And then I become past Darcy, who fucked future Darcy. And then I also become future Darcy, who's annoyed at past Darcy.
Yeah.
Whilst being present Darcy.
Yeah.
It's very confusing. Time is
It's not really, but
time is a wonderful and weird thing.
it is.
And is relative.
Very much so.
Which is just doesn't make it any better.
No, it doesn't. It just makes us insane.
Who the fuck decided that time should be relative? Who did that? I want to meet them. I want to be like, why would you do this? Why would you make time based on where the fuck you are?
Yeah.
Also, for those of you confused by that statement, I'm not talking about like it being or like 11 o'clock here and like what 9 o'clock on the other side of the country. No, that shit makes sense. What I'm talking about is being like, oh, you're on Earth. This is how fast you age. Oh, you're in space. You age at a different rate now.
Yeah, it's a weird one.
Why? Apparently the sun is killing us. Well, you see in space, you're not being hit
Some
by
people it's killing quicker.
cancer.
Yeah.
Fuck, that was dark.
Yeah. Did you expect any less from me?
Oh, yeah, you stay back.
Oh god, we'll just get that again. Whereas mine's just slowly falling down.
That's good.
Fucking irritating today.
It's just all over. It's just all over the place today.
Most days. What do you mean today?
Yeah, you're right. You're fucking right. When you're right, you're right. Right, Neil. You're right.
Yep.
Which makes you wrong.
What the fuck?
Oh, you are insulting yourself, which is technically not smart. Wrong.
Okay, fair. I'll give you that.
Yeah, see. But this is why Kris hates me. Because too often I say something, Kris goes, I disagree. And then I explain why what I said is correct, and he goes, fuck, I don't have to like it.
It's exactly how it is, actually.
I don't have to fucking like the fact that you're right, but I will exceed.
I will accept that you are correct, but I don't like it.
I secede, says Kris. And I say, okay, excellent, I didn't know you were the king. No, wait, is secede? Which one's... I think secede might be the one where you take over. Not leave. I'm pretty sure
so.
abdicating is leaving.
Yeah, no, that is leaving, yeah.
And I think seceding is taking over. Or splitting off. No.
We'll figure that out later.
English is a terrible language.
It is. We have so many words that mean the same fucking thing.
So what's new with you, man? Anything happening? Anything cool? Anything amazing? Anything new? Anything fun?
Other than losing a tooth, no.
It's not really fun, is it?
No, it's not.
Hey, are you doing anything fun? I thought I lost a tooth. So, no.
No.
Yeah. No.
I mean, I'm still going to work.
Hey.
Do you expect anything there?
No.
Yeah.
Well, man. I have been doing some fun stuff.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I've been playing this new game.
Yep.
It's pretty much Star Dew Valley.
Oh, yes.
Except
it's not.
it's on an island, so
Oh.
you can go in the water.
Oh.
Can do that in Star Dew Valley. Oh, also the graphics are way better. It's not pixelated.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Well, some people like the pixelated look.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong, I fucking love Star Dew Valley. I just also really like this game. Because it's also one of those like new games, and there's like definitely a lot of be like, save the planet in it, which I'm not a big fan of, you know. The planet had a good run. No. We only have one. Please don't destroy it.
Yeah.
I still live here at the moment. Damn. was going to say in like 70 years, go for it. But
he's still going on his immortal thing, isn't he?
I remembered I might be immortal. We won't know until I'm 55.
Yeah.
That's the point you said that you would officially agree with me.
I don't even know if I still agree with that. Like,
You said it. We have proof.
I know I said it. No, actually, no, I didn't say that.
You said.
I said you've got to wait until at least then for us to even make the assumption.
56.
Again, we've got to wait to then to even make the assumption.
What if in like new math, 25 years?
Yes.
Ish, a little bit longer. I still look like this. Then we agree, right?
As long as you haven't taken anything to keep looking like this.
That's not how drugs work.
No.
I don't know if you've seen any drug people, but they don't look younger.
No, I don't. I'm not talking about that kind of drug.
I've been doing heroin for 6 years now. God, I look young.
No, I know, right? Well,
also, all of my teeth are falling out.
Wow. No.
Which, if you're Kris, good day.
What?
Hey, you're the one who said, anything fun? You're like, I got a tooth pulled out. Hey.
Didn't say it was fun.
I literally said, what's new, what's happening, what's fun, and you went, I got teeth.
You said what's new. I was going with the what's new part of that, not the fun part of that.
It was said, you entered, therefore, all of your teeth falling out, great day.
Oh.
Anyway, what was I talking? Oh yeah, right.
I don't think I'm going to
Star Dew Valley, but yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, even Star Dew Valley has a lot of, like, economical...
Ecological?
That's the one.
That's the one.
Oh, what am I saying? Ecological.
I don't know.
Oh, fucking no. Oh, fucking no. I have a pen in my hand. Why do I have a pen in my hand? So I can do this.
At least it's not a knife.
Have I?
Oh god, where's the knife?
No, that leaves me getting stabbed. No, seriously. That's safer in my hands than away from me.
How is that safer? What?
Because I have never hurt anyone else when I'm wielding a knife.
And you can't hurt anyone else with that knife while it's over there.
I don't know, the universe is a crazy place. What if it sprung open and then spun around and flew through the air and stabbed you? That's more likely than it being in my hand and you getting hurt.
With you waving that pen around like that?
No,
I don't think that's the case.
I've done this with the knife. Remember? I was doing this and I got stabbed.
You did.
It was only minor stabbing.
Well,
didn't draw blood.
But if that situation is to happen, and it does fly over here and stab me, I'll accept it. I'll accept it, and I'll admit defeat on that one. But
I'll admit defeat on that one, and then you'll have to agree to me being immortal.
No, that's not what I'm saying at all.
I'm fairly sure if you're wrong once, you're wrong always.
No, that's not how that works.
Don't know. I've never been. No. Jokes. Anyway, yeah. So, Star Dew Valley has its own ecological things. But this one, pushes it heavy. There's a whole part where it's hey, we're planting trees. And there's another part where it's hey, we're cleaning up the beach. And then there's a whole underwater part where you're pretty much just using mermaid power to clean up fucking oil spills. Now, that's not really real world stuff.
No.
Everyone knows that mermaids don't clean up oil spills. That's how they get their power.
Yes.
No, again, jokes. No, but I am enjoying it. I really like it. I like the fact that I can also, I'm not 100%. I'm not 100% sure that their money system works as well as Stardew Valley's.
Okay.
But I think it's still technically in early access. So maybe there's a bit... Because some of the stuff in the game that you should be able to get pretty easily. Yeah. Especially considering the type of game it is. If you've never played Stardew Valley, pretty much you make your farmer and then you're done.
Okay.
In terms of character customization, but this one because it's 3D models and everything, the other characters, they change how they look every fucking season and have different outfits, and so you can change your outfit, but it's to buy one piece of clothing is several thousand currency.
What the?
And it's so it took me the longest time to change from the basic farmer duds, which I really didn't like. And the only thing I could afford was a pair of board shorts. So I spent most of the summer of my first year on this island just running around in board shorts. Which doesn't sound too bad until you remember I'm a farmer.
Well, yeah.
And also the lead adventure of going into the mine and fighting monsters.
You know what? Like
And I did
update
that
would
in
be
a pair of
real.
board
If
shorts.
they update that and give like if you're just running around in board shorts constantly as a farmer,
Get tans.
they get tans, but there's also the negative of being out in the sun all the time shirtless. We mentioned it before. Cancer.
Couldn't even afford a hat.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
No.
actually, there was actually one other part that I bought. Obviously, because it's me, a pair of aviators.
Yeah, of course you fucking
So I didn't
did.
have any shoes. I didn't have a shirt, but I had a pair of weird sweet sunglasses, a pair of board shorts, and I just wore them all summer.
That sounds like a bad idea.
Yeah, it wasn't great when I went to the tree plantings. For the beach cleanup, it was fine.
Oh, yeah,
I was dressed
100%.
appropriately. I was like, hey, yeah, this is just my summer affair. And
Yeah.
then as summer ended, I finally managed to afford more clothes. But I bought myself a little trendy outfit, and I was like, exactly. That's how Darcy dresses. It's not how a farmer dresses, but that's okay, because as you go on, and unlock more stuff. For a while, the only thing that I was like, yeah, I'd actually buy that for my character to wear, was a white tuxedo. Everything else I was kind of like, I don't like it.
A farmer in summer wearing a white tuxedo. Sounds like a smart one.
How did I get here? What led me down this path? What choices did I make?
Bad
No,
ones.
but I am really enjoying it. It's actually very fun.
Yeah. Would you say it was called again?
It is called Coral Island.
Ah, yes.
And it will soon hopefully have multiplayer in it. So maybe me and Kris will do a farm on Coral Island where we both work on it and put it on the thing. I was actually thinking about maybe doing some solo stuff on it, and I was like, I do like it. I would play it solo. I'm like, but it's a little bit slow. Also, it's just one of those games you play and tune out.
Yes.
So it's kind of just like, look at the prettiness, look into the music.
Okay.
Music. And yeah. But yeah, I was like, or I could just record where I'm up to now and do a little bit from there. And be like, hey, so this is what I've kind of done so far. But I haven't done a lot because everything is quite expensive, and I'm a terrible farmer.
I don't doubt that.
Yeah. Turns out.
Wait, who's better, you or Jeremy Clarkson?
Definitely me.
That's right. He didn't do all the work.
I at least have never got a tractor stuck down near a pond. I don't have a tractor.
There you go.
No, but yeah, I am a terrible farmer, much like Jeremy Clarkson, because I just don't really farm.
Yeah.
It's like, good. My plants, I think I watered them today. I'm off to a cave now.
You get back and they are with
to go fight monsters. And then, yeah, that's kind of the same way I play Star Dew Valley. But in Star Dew Valley, the cave is way more profitable. I think technically, if you're properly farming, the farm's way more profitable. But it's like, I was fucking sell shit. Yeah, have a bunch of rocks. And I was like, oh, rocks only sell for $1. It's like, cool. I have 20,000 of them. Have all my rocks.
Yeah.
I was in a cave.
There's heaps of rock there.
Guys, what do you mean it only sells for one? Yeah, you're not going to make any money. No, my bag is just full of rocks. Look at them all.
I'll make money. Don't you worry about that.
How much money am I making off this one piece of corn that I managed to grow after 15 days? Oh, $8? Awesome. I have rocks. I have more than 8 rocks.
Perfect.
I don't actually have any wood, which is surprising.
How do you not have wood?
Because I keep forgetting to chop down trees.
I mean, that makes
So
sense.
the only wood I get is off the bottom of the ocean.
What the
Driftwood. But yeah, that's kind of funny. It's something I always find funny because wood is obviously something you need to do the crafting and shit.
Yes.
And it's just like, why do I only have 20 wood? And I'm like, oh yeah, right, trees. Don't cut them down.
Yeah.
Because I spend all my time in a mine. There's no trees down there.
Well, and there's the whole thing of that game talking about planting trees. I want to cut them down.
I actually have planted just on my farm, I've planted 3 rows of trees. And I'm like, when they grow, I'll cut them down. They're fully grown now. I just keep forgetting. I do walk past them like, that's a nice planting. Oh shit, I'm supposed to cut them. I gotta get to this mine, it's closing soon.
Yeah. That sounds.
I'm telling you, it's the worst part about Farm Dew Valley and all the Farm Dew Valley clones, including this one, is the actual farming part. You wake up at 6 in the
Farm
morning.
Dew? What do you mean Star Dew?
Star Dew. I said Star Dew.
You said Farm Dew.
I might have said Farm Dew.
You said Farm Dew like multiple times.
Is the farming part because it's yeah, your character's like, I'm up at 6 a.m. and then you like gotta go and water everything, and then it's like, oh, I need to plant some new plants, but the shop doesn't open till 9 o'clock, so you're doing all this like just little busy work shit, or just standing out the front of the store, like standing there with my fucking sword. That's what I do.
Yeah, this sounds right.
For some reason they don't hurry up to open the store, which I think is rude.
I don't know. Someone's standing outside, spinning a sword.
Gotta let me in now? Hello? Hello?
Especially if you're tapping that on the window.
I just need to get some stuff.
And then you accidentally break one of the windows.
Go away, we've called the police. I am the police.
I am the police? Oh, well then we shall let you in.
Oh, excellent. No, but yeah, so it's like, you know, and then you gotta go back to the farm, and then you gotta plant stuff, and then you gotta water it, and then it's like 11 o'clock, and you're like, I fucking lost half the day.
Yeah.
And all I've done is plant something that's gonna take 15 fucking days to grow so that I can make $8 off it. No. Fuck that. 6 a.m. you wake up, you go to the mine. You start digging, you run out of energy, you go, how the fuck did I end up here? Then you remember you can make bombs. So you make bombs. You start blowing up everything.
Oh.
And then you forget that bombs hurt you and you stand too close to an explosion. And then you get a letter because you wake up at your house. And I was like, yo, I just found you passed out the other day. Oh, you should be more careful. It's like, bombs in this world are weird.
Passed out, eh?
I don't know what's going on. But yeah, like the hardest part is that where I am in the cave right now, I don't know if this is supposed to happen or I'm just being like super slack because like you can make things to go between the floors or you can find the one that's already in there.
Okay.
And so like there's a checkpoint pretty much every 5 floors.
Yes.
But where I'm at the moment, there's not. So I'm trying to get 10 floors down so that I'll get the next checkpoint. But every time I go there, I get 9 floors down, and then it's either I run out of stamina and I can't do anything anymore, or this one's the funnier one. I run out of time. It ticks over to 1 o'clock, and my character just passes out. I'm like, you know what? You'd have more stamina if you didn't wake up at 6 in the fucking morning to do farming.
Yeah, you would.
But no, I'm enjoying the crap out of this game. It's so fun. It's really good. And it's free on Game Pass, so there's that.
Oh, nice.
I was actually going to buy it on Steam, and then I was like, wait, it's on Game Pass on the Xbox. I went, yeah, I wonder if it's on Game Pass on the PC. Yes, it is. So I'm playing it on Game Pass, which is always nice. I do enjoy not having to pay for a game.
Well,
have you been paying Lies of Paying? Have you been paying Lies of P? Have you been?
Yeah, I did. No.
I know you downloaded it the other day.
Did I?
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure you did it while I was at your place.
Pretty sure I downloaded the demo ages ago.
I thought while we were there, you jumped.
I never turned the Xbox on while you were there.
Are you sure?
Yes, I only turned the PlayStation on.
Fuck, fine.
Yeah, at which point that's where I actually.
It actually might have been Thursday that you downloaded it though, when you were cleaning all that stuff, because you did turn something on while you were cleaning. And it comes down and sat next to me. I don't know.
The Thursday. I don't think it was the Xbox.
I don't know what you were doing.
I think it was. I think it was the PlayStation. But
I remember dusting. I remember dusting. That's all I remember.
I did do a little bit of that.
I thought to myself,
again, I'm pretty
this
sure
man dusts.
You would expect me to, considering I'm very, very, very allergic to it.
I don't.
Yeah.
Mainly because I have too many cables. Too many cables make it hard to dust.
It
What you guys can't see is the mess that's in front of you.
Yeah.
There's a Coke can, there's a GoPro, there's a book, there's 3 bags of dice. I don't know why they're there.
How do you not... Oh, wait, aren't you, like...
Yes.
Yeah.
I am currently working on that, but I don't know why we need 3 bags of dice for that. 1 bag of dice would suffice.
Yeah, no, you've got a good point. Maybe you just decided you wanted a different set of dice.
I know, I'll test it. Maybe different dice make the rules different.
Maybe.
They don't. That's bad games.
It really is.
There's like one.
Well, if you've got metal dice, it hits harder.
Exactly. And that's how we'll do damage. How much damage you do to the Game Master. Yeah, so instead of rolling a dice, I'm going to throw a chair at you. Wait, what?
Oh no. No, you've defeated the monster. Come on, come
The monster is dead. The monster is... Put the chair down, please! I am 11 pages into that, and I still haven't even started to talk about magic.
Oh god, no.
This is just like... so pretty much what I'm referring to is like this little system that I've been working on because I don't like Dungeons & Dragons. Specifically, I don't like the fact that you need a book like this thick when 90% of that is like, for this character... Sorry, for class. It's classes. For this class, you get these skills, and these skills, and these skills. Then you look at all the skills and you're like, these are all battle skills. It's like, yes. And it's like, so Dungeons & Dragons is just a battle simulator?
Kinda is.
And it's like, yes. And then you end up like having to roll like a gabillion dice. And because you're rolling a gabillion dice, monsters have like a gabillion hit points. But it's like... And
then everybody knows if you roll a nat 1 twice, you gotta get rid of it.
Whereas, you know, like, it's like, oh, you're fighting a dragon. And it's like, okay. And it's like, the dragon has like a gabillion hit points because you've got an attack that allows you to roll 12 dice. But like, technically there's still the ability when you're rolling 12 dice to just roll 12 damage, even if you're rolling 12 d12s.
Yes.
Which means that really you should be able to do like 144 damage.
Should be able to.
Well, no, there's 148.
No, 144 is 12 12s.
What's 148?
2 more than 12 12s?
I don't know, man.
Well, it's not inaccurate with what I said. It is 2 more.
I know, but I'm trying to figure out where I got that number from. Something times something is 100.
No, I am wrong. It's 4 more.
Yes.
You didn't say 146. That's the number that was in my mind.
I think we've lost our minds.
I think we have. What?
Anyway,
Yeah.
So you can roll 144 damage, but you can also roll 12 damage and every number in between those two.
Yes.
And statistically speaking, it will be between those two. Which means that's like, oh yeah, even though you've got this super powerful ability and you're fighting this monster who has all this hit point, you might actually do fuck all damage to it. And I'm like, I don't like that. I don't like the fact that in Dungeons & Dragons, when you're playing Dungeons & Dragons, that you can play for like 4 hours and it's like, what did you do? Oh, we had this one fight. Oh, how long did that take? Oh, like 3.5 hours. Oh, what was everything else? Oh, yeah, the Dungeon Master just kind of quickly moved us through. You know, we got the mission, we went to the place, we did this, and then there was this fight. Oh, so did you finish? No. We fought like big dudes outside where we got to go into. Next time we're going in, and then we'll probably fight the guys just inside where we're going into. And you know, after about 10 weeks, we should be at the main boss. I hate that. That's so bad because the whole point of a tabletop role-playing game is to tell a story.
It is. It is rough.
And
that way.
You know, like,
don't get us wrong. It's still a fun game. But
I don't know about you, but if I'm an adventurer and 90% of my life is spent in fights that literally last like, it's 10 seconds? 6 seconds per turn?
6 seconds.
So it's like a 10-turn fight could take 3 hours, and it's like, that was a minute of your life. And it's like, no, that was 3 hours of my life, motherfucker.
Well, the first time I played it, it was a 7-hour session.
Yes, tell me more.
And we barely did anything. We didn't even fight the boss in the area. Jordan stupidly yelled out his name in the cave. Mm-hmm. So it alerted everything, and that's where we sort of ended it. So as soon as we got back into it, it was start fight.
I had one of my friends was like really big into like role playing games, so he'd sometimes do like Dungeons & Dragons stuff for us, like homebrew shit.
Fair.
And I just remember this one day he made us fight a baby dragon on our first mission. No, it was a baby white dragon, the easiest of baby dragons. But we were just like, okay, how much damage can we do? And I'm like, I got this one roll. It does D8 plus 4. I'm like, how much health does a baby dragon have? He's like, oh, A lot.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, okay. So in the end, I think we're all kind of fucked up a lot. Because our priest was like on double healing duty. Fucking, and like we're like taking so much damage. Like at one point, I was like, I have 2 HP left.
Actually, no. I definitely remember in my fight, I got down to 1 HP.
Yeah, so anyway, that happened.
Thankfully, that's the turn we ended the fight. So
that was
I
really
survived.
that was hilariously funny because we were doing that in like the main common room, and a bunch of like other guys came in. And one of the other guys came in. His name was also Will, because Will was my friend who did this. And Will came in and he saw us doing that. He's like, "You guys like Dungeons and Dragons?" We're like, "Yeah." He's like, "I like Dungeons and Dragons."
Oh, yeah.
And then he like got a Dungeons and Dragons group together, and like I'd sometimes go and play with them, but it was like all the rugby boys, and it was the funniest fucking shit ever.
Oh,
because they're like sitting there like, "Oh, hold on. I've got to roll 60. Okay, I've got to roll this. Okay, I've got to roll this." And you're like watching it, and you're just like, this is like the funniest shit. Now, don't get me wrong, I was at a very smart college.
Yes.
Like everyone there was pretty on top of it. So even the rugby boys were smart. They weren't struggling with the concept. It was just hilarious because these big fucking tough boys were sitting there being like, okay, hang on, let me, I've got a, okay guys, I've got a hand crossbow. It's not going to do a lot of damage. And like you're watching them figure it out, you're just like, motherfuckers. You get out on the rugby field and you got people going like, look at those beefy boys playing some rugby, real men. I'm like, but back here, if I can sit in there being like, hold on guys, I've got to plan this out. I've got a hand crossbow. It's not the best damage, but it allows me to do something this turn. You know, you just fucking sit there pissing yourself laughing because it's like,
oh yeah.
I come from a place called Rockhampton, and you would never catch rugby boys in Rockhampton.
Oh no, fuck.
Figuring out what they should do in Dungeons.
Oh hell no.
And you know what? The funny thing is, you have 4 or 5 big rugby guys sitting there, like puzzling out how they're going to make the situation work. And you got like one going, what if I use this spell? And because they were just having fun. They weren't using their own characters. They were just using the pre-made characters.
Yeah.
One of them was like this, like he's like, okay, so I'm this tiny little elf lady. It's like, I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do.
This is a tough one.
But yeah, no, it was hilariously funny. But it was just like this dichotomy because I'd sit there with them. I'm like, okay, here's what we got to do. And again, even me playing Dungeons and Dragons, when you just walk in and you're like, what are you guys doing? Because you know, at the time I might be fucking 7 beers in, and I'll be like, okay, boys, here's the plan. I've forgotten everything I was talking about.
Yeah, because you said, here's the plan too many times.
Guys, who's got the plan?
Who's got the plan? You were making the plan.
Shit. What if what's the goal here? You're supposed to attack the owlbear. Right, which one's that?
Which one's that?
Right, excellent. We're attacking the owlbear. Where's the owlbear? You haven't found the owlbear yet. Right. We should find no. But yeah, so like then you'd have like the nerdier guys come in, and you've just got like as I'm not the world's most athletic guy, but like a lot of people would walk in catching me playing board games and be like, "Wait, Darcy, you play board games?" It's like, "Of course I play board games. What do you think?" And they're like, "Yeah, but I saw you at the party the other night, and you were fucked and doing karaoke." It's like, I like to party. I like to play board games.
Yeah,
I'm complicated. But yeah, so fucking sitting there and like on little guy walks in, it's like, "What are you guys doing?" It's like, there's a really important role. Oh, you guys are playing Dungeons and Dragons? Why the fuck are you guys playing Dungeons and Dragons?
This is weird.
Okay. Who's up? But yeah, no, it was fucking hilarious. But yeah.
So it's such a fun game, though. It really
like,
is.
and that's what I love about tabletop role-playing games. But the one that we always did that would bring the most people in, we also did this other one, I can't remember what it was called.
Okay.
And if anyone's out there and knows what it's called, I know the premise. The premise was about, like, it was friend computer and I was a communist, and it was like this really fun deduction game. Like, well, not deduction game, it's a tabletop role-playing game, but it's like everyone's doing different things and got secret objectives, and if you die, you've got clones and all of this kind of stuff. And I got, like, there's all these different factions, and for some reason I got given the communist leader thing. I say for some reason, it was completely random, but I got made the communist leader, which meant that everyone was kind of after me.
I think I've seen something on this.
Yeah, I can't remember what it's called though.
No, I can't.
I might have to get in contact with Will and actually get it off him, get the name off it,
Yeah.
because it's a really fun one to play with a big group.
Yeah.
But we're fucking around at at the start, like when we're supposed to be getting the mission. And now, here's the crazy thing. I get given the thing that says communist leader. And my secret communist task was to find the communist leader. Job done. You think. No, because I misread what I was. Because I was fucking around. And like to prove how much I was fucking around, like before you leave like the briefing room, we got asked if there was anything we wanted to do. I'm like, I want to make a cigar. And that's fine. So I succeeded because I'm me and I'm incredibly lucky when I do stupid things. So I ended up with this cigar, and then like someone else's secret task was to get it off me. And like 5 minutes after the game started, they're like, "Hey Darcy, can I have that cigar?" I'm like, "Yes, I don't want it." They're like, "Okay, I've succeeded in my task." But yeah, so anyway, all of this is happening, and like part of this game is you can have secret conversations with people, because obviously you do, but you have to be alone together, and then you can leave the room with the, have a secret conversation, come in, and you do like secret orders and stuff on bits of paper and hand them to the GM, Game Master, or Dungeon Master. I think in this one it's just called Game Master.
I imagine it would just be called Game Master.
Because we're not in a dungeon, we're in an underground complex run by Friend Computer. It actually might just be Friend Computer. Because technically the Game Master is... No, not the name of the game.
Oh.
The title of the person who's running the game could just be Friend Computer. But technically they are Friend Computer, but also not. Because a lot of our actions we don't want the computer to find out about. So we have to do things secretly. Oh, also we're all mutants as well. And mutants are bad. So are communists and fascists. And everyone is bad, okay? But we don't want anyone to know we're bad or get proof that we're bad. Oh, and this is going off the rails, but you're also recording everything you're doing. So, like, if you do an action that you're not supposed to do and you forget to turn off your camera, you record yourself doing it and they get evidence of you doing it. Anyway, so we're playing and...
Paranoia?
Paranoia!
There you go.
That's the one. So we're doing this thing, and like Will B, not Will H, who was running it, Will B looks at me and goes, "Me and Darcy are alone in a room. Can I have a conversation with him?" And he goes, and Will goes, "Yeah, okay." So we go out of the room. Will goes, "I know you're the communist leader. My job's to protect the communist leader." And I went, that's where you're wrong. I'm not the communist leader. He's like, "No, He's like, I've done all the stuff, like, because his task was to protect me, but his he also gained information. Like Will literally told him because he hacked a computer or something. And so we had to try and stop the fascists from winning the round by having the communists win the round, because that's who we were. Yes. And he's like, "No, I know you're the communist leader." I'm like, "No, I'm not." And he's like, and we pop back in, and we was like, "I just have to talk to Will quickly." And Will goes out, and Will comes back in and goes, "Darcy, grab your piece of paper and come with me." And we go out, and they're like, "Oh, I am!" Wow! Did not know that. Anyway, we go back in the room, and then I'm like, okay, this is actually changing how I'm playing now, because if I die, we lose. Yes. Whereas before, I was just like, passing it around, doing my thing, walking into like rooms with my mate Shanty and being like, "Hey Shanty, what the fuck are we doing in here?" And it's like, there's a vending machine that doesn't work. It's like, we should try and fix it. And then like accidentally getting him electrocuted. I'm not very good. When I'm trying to do something serious, terrible. When I'm doing something stupid, amazing. Anyway.
It's irritating.
We won. And because we won, and the way the game works is that me as the communist leader, because I wasn't discovered by the computer, I get to stay the communist leader.
Okay.
But then I also get all these like party powers, so I can give people higher ranks in the party. I can make other players forcefully make them join my party. So then, because there was 3 of us, me, Will B, and then was it Shanty? No, Shanty might have been neutral. Okay. But I was like, I am the communist leader. I'm like, and I'm promoting Will to head of security because he knew more about what was going on than I did. And so he gets a buff now because I promoted him. I don't get any buffs, but I get all the power. And I'm like, and Cal, because one of our other mates, Cal, was playing as well. I'm like, and he had sacrificed himself to save me, and I can't remember why. Which is the funniest thing, because he was definitely a fascist. But something I said to him when he went, okay, and he died to save me. I'm like, you can be a communist now. It's like, welcome to the team. We are red. Yes. But yeah, no, it's a fucking great game. If you've got people who are really into that one and you're willing to like play it long term, it can be fucking great. Also,
Yeah.
so when you die, you get cloned. And if friend computer catches you being a communist or a mutant or anything, he just kills you at the end of the mission.
Okay.
And so you become a clone, but all your stats from the last mission are pretty much wiped. So you don't get to keep your rank, you don't get to keep any. Yeah. So, anyway, but yeah, it was fucking... We also got someone killed like that. I can't remember how. I don't remember who it was either. It was just because this was like one of those few games, because occasionally we'd have like really big sessions, and this was one where we had like 12 people playing, so it was just pandemonium. So much stuff was happening. What you want? And the entire time people were going like, Darcy, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, I don't know. Because when Will took me out and went, I know you're the communist leader, I went, no, I'm looking for the communist leader. And he went, hold on. And then Will comes out and is like, no, you're the communist leader. I'm like, oh, my secret mission is to find the communist leader. He's like, yeah, you're done. You're done. I'm like, oh, nice. I'm like, I've achieved everything I needed. And I've been really bad at trying to achieve anything up until that point.
Yeah. Well, you achieved everything you need to at the very start.
It's just one of those weird days where I'm just like, oh, apparently I can't read. Because, you are the communist leader. No, I've got to find the communist leader. No, you're the communist leader. No, this says he find the communist leader. What's the other one say? Oh.
Oh, hang on. It took me half the game, but I finally found him.
But then, like, the other thing that we do, because that one was really fun and really easy to get into, because it's not as dice rolly as Dungeons and Dragons. There's not as many stats to follow. It's simple. It's just a nice, fun, simple one where having lots of people playing it and just being insane is fun.
Whereas the setup for D&D is
a lot, and you've got to everyone's got to be at the same level. And
the problem is, like, when last
I don't mean like level in game. I'm like, if someone's there to play serious and you're there to have fun, you're never done adventuring together again.
No, yeah. So last time I played, it ended up being a thing of, because someone wanted to try to DM, we ended up finding a DM instead. But because they wanted to DM, he was off trying to figure out how to do that. He had no idea, and I was left with trying to get everyone to set up their characters.
Yeah.
Because legitimately no one else knew how to do it, and I'd already done it before, so I was like, what? Why am I... hang on. I'm not that experienced, but it ended up being like one time we were actually going to start, it ended up being me just trying to get everyone to start or get their own character set up so that next time we could start the game.
Yeah. But then the other one that we would often do, because sometimes if when we plan to play a board game, you might have like a bunch of people show up who are just like, oh, we heard you guys are playing board games. It's like, oh, we have too many people now to play any of our games.
Yeah.
Because, board games do have a set limit. So if you've got a few games out and you're like, yeah, let's play this one, and it's like the top max level of people you can have playing is like 8, and then you've got like 20 people rocking up, you're like, ooh, what do we do?
You could either go down the track of playing multiple board games,
yeah, in which case but the problem with that is that you have to have someone who knows the rules playing.
Yeah, so it means the initial people who are there to play have to now split up.
Yeah, which, it can be fun to play with other people, it can be fun to do this kind of stuff, but you also run into the issue of being like, now it was kind of like that first game of Eclipse I played with you guys, where I didn't play my best game because I was trying to make sure everyone else was having a good time.
Yeah.
Which meant that in the end, I really didn't achieve what I wanted to achieve.
I know, I achieved almost nothing, but I came second. I don't know how that happened.
And if I'd played differently because of what I was doing, I could have earned so many more points and actually gone on the war front, but I didn't want to kind of ruin other people's fun in their first time playing a game that I'm very experienced in.
Yes.
By just being like, so I'm going to wipe you out now because I actually have the ability to.
I was actually worried about that. I was sitting...
I kind of made that. I made that choice before we started playing that. I wasn't going to go full militaristic.
As I said, because it was the first time I played, I didn't know that, like, as you explained afterwards, that you would have had to have done that from the get-go to be able to do it. But I'm sitting there the entire time being like, fuck, I've got to find a way to block this prick off.
Yeah, no, like, as I said to you then, for me to have, like, made that late game main push. Technically, I could have attempted it, but I wasn't in a very good position because I'd spent so much of my time just messing around instead of being like super focused like it normally would be. I was kind of doing a little bit of everything and
Wait,
meddling.
how many of us were there again?
5. We almost played a full game.
I'm trying to remember who the 5th was.
Jaden.
Oh shit, it was too.
So yeah, but I was like, I didn't go as hard as I could have. I also didn't play the alien race that I would normally have played.
True.
I played humans. Normally I'd play the alien race because the alien race has better stats.
Which is sort of why I went with the alien race.
Yeah, well, I went humans because I went, I'm like, I'm not going to play
the way you normally would. Yeah.
I'm not going all out.
Whereas it makes sense for one of us to play as the alien because it's like we still don't know what we're
all
doing.
of you played alien. Your alien races, except me.
Pretty sure.
I was the only one who played human, and that was because I was kind of like, I'm going to go easy. Because if I had played my alien race, I wouldn't have had as much stalling as I had to have.
Yes.
Where I was kind of like, oh, flip this, oh, can't do anything. I'd be like, yep, got it.
Yeah.
Because my alien race is super powerful at my exploration and attack gameplay.
Yeah.
Because I don't have to fight.
True, yeah.
Anyway, that's a whole different thing. That's a whole different world. But yeah, so the other thing we'd do if there was lots of people playing, we would just do this really simple role-playing game where everyone just sits around a table with basic dice. I think technically we could go up to a D12, but we generally stick to a D4 and a D6.
And that's that game that you showed me, just writing on a piece of paper.
And you just take a piece of paper. I still have mine sitting here somewhere.
Pretty sure I've got mine at home.
If I lift this, I bet you it'll be under this.
Probably.
This part. Look at that.
Oh, right there.
So yeah, you just literally write, a character on a piece of paper like this one. You can't see it because it's green writing on white paper.
You can kind of see it.
But,
it's there.
And it's super simple. Like this, you can see this is not a Dungeons and Dragons character sheet with double-sided and boxes. It's just a simple thing where it's like, you have who you are, what you are, 3 items you're carrying on you, and 3 skills. And from that, you literally go around a table telling a story, taking in turns, saying what you're doing. There's no dungeon master or anything. There's no one in control being like, you do this. You literally choose a setting and say, okay, this is the setting. We're all in the town market. Go. And the first person, usually we'd have it set so it'd be like the more experienced guys and then the less, so that they can see what's kind of what you do. And the first person would be like, oh, well, I'm going to go see what shops are around. I was like, okay, that's a really easy thing to do. Roll a d6, you fail on a 1. You roll a d6, it's not a 1, you succeed. It's like, okay, so what kind of shops are there? Oh, no, doesn't matter right now. Your turn's done. Move on to the next person. The next person goes, I'm in a fight with a gnome. Roll the dice to see if I get punched in the face. Like these types of things. And so this is Steve. He's my lizard man. Fuck, I love this guy. He sucks at talking. Literally, that's one of my skills. Talking, I roll a d4 for. So anytime I try to talk, because I'm a giant fucking lizard man, I roll a d4, so I can't actually get really good successes.
Yeah.
Because the general rule is that anything super easy is a 1+, but like anything that should have a little bit of difficulty is like 2+.
Yeah.
Anything that's, going to be difficult, 3+. Yeah. Anyway, so like if I tried to talk to someone to get somewhere, I'm literally more likely to fail. But that's part of my character because he's a giant lizard who does not speak the language.
Yeah.
What else? I got 8 tail control, so I can swing my tail around really well. My D12 ability is just called Axe because the way this game works is you just write down skills. So you don't have to be like, attacking, or this or that. It's like you just write down and you say, this is the 3 things that these are the 3 things. The one I'm not really good at, the one I'm pretty good at, because a D6 is the standard roll.
Yeah.
So a D8 is I'm good at it, and a D12 is I'm very good at it.
Yeah.
And so my D12 is axe. So anything axe related, I can roll a D12 on. It's like I want to chop that dude with my axe, chop him. I want to open this door with my axe, open the door. I want to use my axe to prop up this table, roll a 12. And then, then the other part of it is you have 3 items.
Yes.
My 3 items are an axe. I've got a big sun hat. I don't know why.
No, you don't have the sun hat anymore.
That's right, you stole my sun hat.
I did steal it. No. I didn't steal your sun hat. Because mine was, I can't remember the exact details, but he's a deaf mute.
Yes.
His items, he's carrying around a jar with a demon in it. He's also got a spork.
Yes.
And 1 shoe.
1 shoe.
1 shoe. He's homeless as well. Again, he's a deaf mute. So his abilities were something along the lines, I was super high on being able to convince people to do things, so I convinced him to give me the sun hat.
Oh, right. I just realised I spelled tablet.
One of the abilities was also being able to basically summon the demon out of the jar.
Yes.
For 5 seconds.
Yes.
But that's it, 5 seconds.
Yep. And then my last item
I can't remember what
is
the
just,
other one was.
my last item is just a big lizard man tablet. So with lizard man writing on it that I just carry fucking around. And that's all you need. And from that you can tell a really fun role playing experience, because everyone kind of there's no goal, there's no anything. Everyone just kind of does what they want to do. It's a really good tool for teaching people how to play a role playing game, because a lot of people jump into Dungeons and Dragons for their first role playing game and go,
unless you're really into that sort of stuff, it's a bit too much.
It's a bit overwhelming. Yeah. Or they fall into it and end up just being like, okay, where's the next battle? Where's the next battle? Where's the next battle? Yeah. Whereas this teaches them that the actual fun in a role playing game is being your character and doing what your character would do in any situation.
Yes.
And I'm pretty sure it was I don't remember who we were playing this with.
It was just the 2 of us.
I'm sure there was more.
Nope, it was just the 2 of us because you were showing me.
Oh, okay. Well, then, I know there was another time I was playing it with other people. But anyway, I just remember, part of the story being,
we should do that with, when we get Jordan and Caleb together next.
Anyway, I remember this one part of the story, my character just, sprinting towards someone, running, and just being like, because that's what I was trying to... I can't remember what I was trying to do. I definitely wasn't trying to be threatening, but I failed it, so that's kind of what was happening. Yeah. But yeah, so it's this really fun role-playing thing where it's it teaches you that you need to... That in a role-playing game, you don't... It's not about the fight, it's about being the character. It's about doing things that the character would do. Whereas I find a lot of people that play Dungeons and Dragons and have only ever played Dungeons and Dragons are all about A, the fights, and B, being the most efficient that they can be.
Yeah.
Even if they shouldn't be. Doing things that counter what their character should actually be doing.
Yes.
And really, the fun of a role-playing game is being your character.
Yes.
And, letting go of your own thing, being like, oh no, I don't want to do this. So one of the times we were playing one, I was playing... My character was slightly evil.
Yeah.
So I would at night, I would just sometimes go out and murder people.
That was the vampire, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also needed it for my demon hunting abilities.
Oh, yeah.
Because we kind of homebrewed this system together where, my character was also a demon hunter. So I was a vampire, I needed to drink blood, but I also used blood in, fighting demons and shit.
Yes.
So I'd go out and do that, and I wouldn't tell the rest of the group what I've been doing. But I'd do all these, quick secret rolls after, we finished. I'd pretty much write down what I was doing, show Will, and then once everyone had, packed up so that no one knew what I was doing and left, then we would roll for each of the things to see how good we were. And, sometimes that led to us being ran out of town because they just found a bunch of dead bodies.
Yep.
And it's oh, shit, we gotta get out of here.
Damn it.
And, at the other time, everyone was kind of had their own kind of things. And, another one of my things was that I was hunting down a specific group to try and kill them. And so I was also doing that every time I went to a city looking for signs of them. But again, no one else in my party knew. So things that I was doing was affecting the party without them ever knowing. And that's so much funner than just being stuck in battles all the time. Yeah. And that's kind of a long story of why I'm making this system. Because this system is super simple. The battles can get a little bit iffy. But only because they're designed to be. If the battle is supposed to be hard, it can be hard. It can also be a piece of cake depending on how lucky you are.
That is true.
So
actually, I just remember the one of the funniest things about that little character that I made. I'm the deaf mute, but I'm controlled by the demon in the jar that I'm carrying, which is one of the items. I don't know where the fuck that came from, but it was pretty funny.
The whole point is that so pretty much I don't know if Will invented it, but it was something that Will used to do as kind of an introduction into how one should play role-playing games.
Yeah.
What makes a role-playing game fun? How characters in a world that exists only between those characters interacting can make stories that are hilariously funny.
Oh yeah.
Like one of them, because we would do this 3 or 4 times a semester, where we'd have so many people, we'd just be like, okay, we're going to do this. And so I ended up having 6 or 7 different characters because we'd never replay the story.
Yeah.
We'd just go like, okay, grab a piece of paper, write some stuff down, blah, 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 here's the rules. Anyway, and so I remember this one time I made a character that was literally like just the worst. He was just like a knight, but his whole thing was like that he was always perfectly polished and everything. He didn't like dirt. And because I just like one of the few times I rolled terribly, I could not get out of this building I was in. Like I'm like, okay, I'm gonna walk out the door, and I'd roll a 1, and it'd be like, they're like, what happened? And I'm like, I guess I walked straight into the door frame. And then, like it ended up with one of the other characters literally throwing me through a window. And then at the end of it, everyone's like, okay, well, Darcy's got to have a fear of the indoors now. So that got added to my character. Because for like an hour, I could not get out of this building that was going to be destroyed. Like, that's what... When everyone was leaving, they saw that there was like this massive volcano going off, but I couldn't get out of the building. Like, at one point, I'm like, okay, I'm just going to fucking run and dive out the window. And I'm like, and I'm athletic, that's an 8. Rolled a 1. It's like, what do you do? I'm like, I run, I fucking bounce off the wall, slide back across the table, and fucking stop right in front of the fucking fire pit. And like, there's no health, there's no anything. It's like everything is all just about telling a character's story, and that's really what it's all about with role playing games. And that's kind of what I'm working at. I'm working on a system where it's like, it's in its like pre-alpha stages. Like, there is much more to be added once we figure out how things work, but what I'm trying to do is get it into playable state and then test it with some people. But the whole thing is pretty much this. It's about telling the story. So a lot of the stuff I'm a big advocate of is having skills and stuff, because I don't have skill lists and all of this kind of stuff. It's like, depending on the setting you're using, you as a game master and the players have a dialogue about what kind of skills you might have in the world, what's going on. And so there's that. But I'm like, the skills shouldn't all be like battle based. Shouldn't be like, oh well, I'm really good with a sword. Okay, what other skills do you have? I'm really strong. What other skills do you have? It's like, oh, what do you mean? These are all my fighting skills. Like, no. What skills do you have like outside of a battle? Are you an avid reader? Are you this? Are you that? Because there's also all these systems. So my game doesn't have experience in it at all.
Okay, yeah.
It does have a system for like, if you do certain things, you can get certain abilities. So there's like, but these aren't like skills. It's like you don't level up and get new skills. You actually have to learn new skills.
Yeah,
and there's a system. I've made a system. I haven't made a system. I kind of borrowed a system from another game, sort of, that has an actual skill learning system in it. So it's not just like, oh, I learned this skill because I killed so many monsters. It's like, no, if you want to learn this skill, you actually have to spend time learning the skill.
It's like go to a sorcery school or something.
Yeah, exactly. But then there's another system which I've kind of labeled as like a trait system. And it's like the trait system also gives you bonuses, but unlike skills, you can't keep building on it.
Yeah.
To a higher level, you just kind of, once you have it, you have it. And these traits give you bonuses based on what they are, but like a trait might be like, if you're someone who's just fucking massacred goblins. You might have the Goblin Slayer trait, which means if you're fighting goblins, you get a bonus. And it's like
Makes
that
sense.
whole system, it works on your actions in the world. So you don't get like, oh, I'm better at attacking now because I've got points up to the right level. It's like, no, you were out there murdering things, so now you're better at murdering things.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of, it's a work in progress, but I kind of, in terms of like my ideal role-playing game, which is 90% story and everything else is about making that story work. It also takes a lot of the power away from the game master because I fucking hate that. I hate when a DM's like, I'm the DM, everything I say goes. Like, a lot of my stuff is like, if the players don't want to do what you're saying, you have no power to make them. They're their characters. As long as they don't break the rules of the world that they're supposed to be in, they can do whatever they want. If they don't want to go on an adventure because they want to open a bookstore, then guess what they're doing? Opening a bookstore.
Wasn't your original idea of being able to DM and play at the same time?
Yes and no. Technically, yes. I do want the ability with like more advanced players to not have to need a DM.
Yeah.
By being able to communicate with each other and be like, these are the rules, rah, rah, rah.
Yeah.
And there's no health bars. Well, there are, but there's not, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, you're
That needs to
fighting
be
a
discussed.
goblin, you don't know how much health it's got. It's like, no. You know how much health it's got because all monsters have the same health.
Yeah.
Because I'm not working on a health point system. I'm working on a system where it's like, you've scratched it. You've cut into it. You've done some serious damage to it. You literally lopped it in half. It's dead. Like, There's nothing more complicated than that in it. That's pretty much how it works. There's a little bit of complication when it's like how that works.
So like,
it's like
fighting a goblin versus a dragon.
same health system, different health numbers, but that's all just on a chart that the players should be aware of.
Yeah.
Because the chart affects them as well.
Yeah.
Because they're not special. No, but more along the lines of... I'll show it to you after, but it's more along the lines of the complication comes in where it's like, if you get a certain number of minor wounds, that is equate to a major wound.
Which makes sense.
Because you've now got, yes, you've only been cut a little bit, but you've now been cut a little bit multiple times, so you're losing a lot of blood. So, it's that kind of complication, not complication of like, oh, well, this dragon has 500 health points, whereas a goblin only has 5. It's like, no, fuck that shit off. Fuck that shit right off. Because what the fuck is a health point?
It's true.
Why does a dragon have so many of them? Is it because it's massive? Does it keep its health points and its massiveness?
No, I think in that situation it's more because dragons are generally depicted to have like that super hard scale.
Yes.
So it's harder.
But yeah, there's also, like, I'm working on all of these systems because I also don't like how armor works in D&D. Because I think that's kind of stupid. Okay. It's like, oh, well, you're wearing really good armor, so you're harder to hit. No, you should be just as easy to hit as if you weren't wearing armor because the armor's on top of you.
And the next thing is the armor gets heavier.
I do have a system for that, but what I've changed it more to is that armor actually stops you taking damage. You're still as hard to hit as you would be without the armor. It's just that if you do get hit, you're wearing something to protect yourself from damage.
Yes.
So anyway, it's a whole complicated system, but I am hoping to finish it off in the next couple of days, and then be able to gather some people and give it a go. Although, yeah, it is kind of complicated. It does involve a lot of kind of give and take, but I find that's the best way to make sure the players are involved in the story, because little fun fact about my past, I have played some really good games based on Dungeons & Dragons. Like, using the Dungeons & Dragons rules, I've had some cracking games that have been lots of fun. I've also played other role-playing games with a DM who's been like, I'm the DM, what I say goes, and you're just kind of like, fuck you, man, I don't want to do this. So I've really tried to force it so that, yes, the DM has power.
Yeah.
If you're playing with a DM, they have a certain level of power. If you're playing without, there technically is a way it works, and it's just you have to get everyone to agree to what you're saying, pretty much.
Okay.
So if you say like, oh, well, this is what happens, and everyone's like, no, not on, then it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
That one is, as I said, it requires a little bit more of a chill group, because if you've got that one guy who's like, this is what I want, so it's going to happen, you're not going to be able to do that.
Yeah.
But, you know, with the Dungeon Master, there is, if you're playing with one, ideally that's the best way to play it, because you've got someone who's impartial
Fair.
to the player characters and can actually plan out the world a little bit. But either way, you've got power. Like, you get a lot of the final say comes to you, but you don't have the power to force the players to do things they don't want to do. Like, there are some one of the systems I've built in is like flaws, which works the same as traits, except they're negative.
Oh, which makes sense.
But you can't just say, oh, you've got this flaw now. The player has to actually accept it. So it's kind of like it encourages you as the Dungeon Master to actually talk to the player and be like, okay, well, look, you've failed at doing this a lot, so I think you should have this flaw, but because I want you to have this flaw, which will literally hurt your character, and there are ways to get rid of them, but it'll hurt your character, so here's the trade-off, you know? Right. You get this flaw, but you succeed in this role that you failed, or something like that. You know, kind of like that kind of thing. So it's like the Dungeon Master has a bit of power to influence the story, because they are pretty much the representation of the world, but not enough to force players to do things that they just don't want to do.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know, and as I said, like, yes, the Dungeon Master has all this power. They can be like, oh, well, you know, you're not doing this, so you're going to get arrested. And it's like, okay, so now we've got a bunch of guards coming towards us as player characters. The choice is ours on what we do. Yes, the Dungeon Master's kind of backs into a corner, but we don't have to follow through with his plan.
No.
We can do this. And so, like, the whole thing is about being very chill in how you go about this stuff, and then just being very flexible with how you do things.
Yeah.
And pretty much the whole thing is about flexibility, because I'm just like, the best kind of stories come from, one, collaboration, and two, being able to step outside, you know, not break the world that you're in, but maybe you see things differently to how everyone else is. So the stories that you can craft are a little bit different, but when you put it all together, you end up with this crazy story. And that's what I love about RPGs, especially the tabletop ones.
Right.
And so, for me, that's what it's all about. And so, having it so that the players do get to change the world more and be, like, as I said, if they want to build a bookstore, they can literally become just a person in the town, you know? They're not obligated to go and be the heroes or whatever. But as long as, you know, they're telling the stories, they're telling the stories. And that's kind of what I love. Because I do think that's really the big part about a tabletop RPG. It's not... I think it's less of a game. In other words, it's less played than it is told. It's more of a story. Okay. And if you're out there with the intention of telling a really fun story for what your character is doing, this person that you're inhabiting, then you're gonna have so much more fun playing this role-playing game, and you're also gonna have more fun just doing it. Because one of the big things I've always found with, like, Dungeons & Dragons groups is, for the first couple of weeks, they're like, yeah, gun-ho, 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 and then they kind of all just go like, oh yeah, I could, the guys do want to meet up and have another session, but yeah, I'm kind of bored at the moment with it, so I don't want to. And then because you don't want to, no one else can, because everyone's kind of like, oh, well, where we are, there's no reason why your character wouldn't be there. Fuck.
Yeah. We
kind of need everyone together. So I'm kind of like trying to make something a little bit more flexible, where it's like, okay, yeah, so a character doesn't show up, but also where it's like, you have an investment in your character to want to continue their story, because you're not just like, yeah, so for the last 3 weeks we've been in this dungeon fighting goblins. It's like, no, this week I was out making bread, because that's what my character does, and I got attacked by this guy. He robbed me. And because all of my skills are about baking bread, I got robbed.
Well, yeah, that'll do it.
And that's kind of what I love, and that's kind of where.
Well, the thing is that once you've done that, you could then once the game's over with, or you can even do it while playing the game if you wanted to. Just write it all down. You've got your own little story that you can read back over later.
Exactly. And that's kind of my whole thing. And it's like even, as I said, I'll show you later, I'll show you what I've done, but like even the character creation sheets, it's got like just a bunch of sections where it's just like, in this section, you just put stuff, you know? It's like, there's no, oh, this is this section and this is this section. It's like, this section is needed for this section is needed for this section is needed for this. The rest of the sections just have like a little title, and it's like, you put stuff that matters to you there. Yeah. So it's like, I don't have like, oh, what armor are you wearing? Or this or that or all the rest. It's like, just a title that says equipment. What do you have on you? And it's like, oh, well, I'm wearing plate armor. Okay, so you're wearing plate armor.
Yeah.
And then under that, you might write, you know, what you and the GM decide plate armor does for you. Then you might say, oh, what else are you wearing? It's like, oh, I've got my sword, I've got this, I've got that. It's like, okay, that's all your functional equipment, but what other equipment are you, like, wearing? Like, because the equipment tab is, like, stuff you have on your person.
Yeah, so like, you're wearing a talisman.
Yeah, it's like, oh, well, you know, I've got a big golden ring, but it doesn't really do anything. So I go, well, put that down, because that's important to your character.
Yeah.
If it's something that your character's doing, it's something that's important to your character. And if it's important to your character, then it might come into the story. Maybe you sell the ring. Maybe you have to trade the ring. You know, all of these stuff allows us to tell a better story by making a character that's more in tune with you as a person and less about trying to maximize stats.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, guys, that actually went a lot longer than we planned for tonight's to go, but we kind of got caught up talking about that. So if you like the video, consider liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing if you can find it within yourself.
Yes.
Did I miss anything from there? I don't think so, because I'm on
it. Yeah.
I'm on it. I'm tired, but I'm on it.
You just weren't on the opening.
Fucking sue me. No, don't do that. I'll do that.
Oh, that's right. Do it yourself.
But if you, stay tuned to the channel for more stuff. Always more stuff. Mostly gaming, but sometimes it's a podcast like this one.
Hey, yeah.
And sometimes it's a podcast not like this one, because I forget what I'm doing, and then we get sidetracked. And instead of being on point, I don't think we ever actually finished channel news.
No, we didn't.
Oh, well, apparently it is like this one, where we just get sidetracked, and then we spend an hour and a half talking about shit. Hey, we never actually finished our first point. Hey.
Yeah,
nice.
No, that's fair.
I've been Darcy. He's Kris. Well, fuck.
Yeah.
See you later, guys.
Yeah.
Hello,
No, that was the correct way you start these.
No.
Hello, everybody.
I have an NGI now as well.
Oh.
Fucking, this is the second Wednesday in a row where I've had like 2 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
2 hours.
2 hours. Oh man, that's funny.
No, this is funny. Dick punch.